Hello, Star Wars fans. This is J.A.R. 369. Welcome back for another figure review or figure comparison. I'll be taking a look at the Star Wars, the Vintage Collection, and the Retro Collection, Moff Gideon. Both are made by Hasbro. So take a look at the packaging, starting off with the Vintage Collection version. The Vintage Collection version, you can see the window exposing the figure and all his accessories. You can see the image of the character from the end of Season 1. You get the name of the character. It does tell you which Star Wars series this is from. It's from The Mandalorian. It's recommended for ages 4+. Warning choking hazard. And you get the homage camera logo right there. While the Retro Collection, it's the same packaging as the Vintage Collection, but you can see there's like a big red sticker right there. And there's like some whites all over the packaging to make it look like it's old, like the original toys. Take a look at the back on both of them. The Vintage Collection has that shows other figures from the Vintage line, like Darth Vader, which I did a review of him several months ago. Captain Rex, which I didn't pick them up because I've seen reviews of this guy. He is pretty much the worst figure, so I'm not gonna get that until if Hasbro can give us like an updated leg articulation. The Mandalorian in his Beskar armor. Hondo Onaka, which I still need. The armor, which I also did a review of. ARC Trooper 5s and Jared Imwe. And for the the Retro Collection does show you like the bio about the whole inspirations of the toys. And there's just the character names, not just images like the Mandalorian, Cara Dune, IG-11, Quill, the Child, or Grogu, or Baby Yoda, Grief Garga, and the Remnant Trooper, which is a Monopoly exclusive. So that's about it for each of these packaging. So let's release one of these figures out of the package and see which figure can be the best. Here we got both versions of Moff Gideon out of their package. So let's start off with the details, the sculpt, and the costume accuracy. Starting off with the Vintage Collection. Take a look at the head sculpt here. The head sculpt, they did a decent job with the likeness to man, I'm gonna botch his name. Sean Espinosa. I don't know. It's really hard to pronounce his first name, to be honest. But the likeness on him isn't really not too bad. It's a little bit decent. I'm hoping the Black Series version have a better likeness than the Vintage Collection version, even though it's been delayed on Amazon until June. Now take a look at the hairstyle. Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad of the hairstyle. Very well like the his hair from the show. Now take a look at the outfit here. You can see the little belt there with a little red paint on there. Same thing on his armor. And you can see some of the buttons and commanders on his armor here. You can like some glossy shine on the armor, including the shoulder pads, which is not too bad. You can see the holster for his blaster. You can like the fingerless gloves. You can like both hands are you got one hand holding for the blaster, the other hand holding for the dark saber. You see the red lines on the pants. You have like the little wrinkles on the pants as well. The cape is removable. You can actually take it off and see the insides of the cape, which is just plain red and black. But you can see some wrinkles to it. And there's a peg hole on the back, so let's put that there. There we go. Take a look at the boots there. Nothing much, just plain black, but you can see some sculpted velcros or straps on there. Nothing much on the feet. Just plain black, but with a little sculpted detail. And on the bottom, there's some pickles in the bottom feet. And no legal stuff, thank goodness. Overall, for the figure, I really wish the head sculpt gone a little bit better. But it's still a great looking figure. So that's about it for the vintage collection of Moff Gideon. And now let's take a look at the retro collection. Well, to be honest, I'm not going to get too negative on this figure. But the likeness to the actor looks nothing like him. Even though this is supposed to be a homage to the old school Star Wars Kenner figures, so I'm not gonna go ahead to just trash talk this figure because it's supposed to be old, represent the old figure. You see like the little mustache sculpted on, while the vintage collection has a printed mustache on the lips. The hair sculpt same as the vintage collection, not too bad, not too bad. And now let's take a look at his outfit. You can see some of the wrinkles on the pants. You can like the little red lines on the belt there, which are perfectly painted well. While the vintage collection, yeah, pretty much mess it up on that. You can see like the buttons on the chest armor there. You can see the armor he's wearing. You get like more paint, red paint on the armor area there. You get like the little red stripes, which I am not sure I've shown that. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that on the vintage collection. So yeah, there it is. You can see the gloves here. On the vintage collection, he does not wearing a fingerless gloves, just like the vintage collection. For some reason, well, it's supposed to be represent the old Kenner Star Wars toys. And his cape is the same material as the Darth Vader cape from the Retro line. You know, just a vinyl cape. And now take a look at the legs here. Nothing much on the legs, just plain black pants, but you can see some wrinkles to it. And take a look at the boots. You can see some of the sculpted straps on the boots there. Nothing much in the feet. And on the bottom, there's some serial numbers on there, on the bottom of the feet, and 2 pickles on the bottom of the feet as well. Overall, for the retro collection version, yeah, it's okay. I'd say it's a little bit better than the vintage collection version. Now let's move on for articulation. For articulation, starting out with the vintage collection. There's like a little dumbbell joint on the head here, so it goes side to side, up and down, rotate as well. Arms doesn't go fully rotate because it's hindered by the shoulder pad, but it does go in and out. Bend at the elbows, rotate at the elbows. The wrists do rotate, and does have the hands up and down. Some ab chest rotation, forward, down, and up, side to side. The legs has like the wide joint legs, so it could go like in and out and rotate. Upper leg rotation. Bend at the knees, rotate at the knees. The ankles do go pivot forward, back, and ankle pivot side to side. Shonimus Prime love some ankle pivot. Oh yeah. For articulation, standard Star Wars, the vintage collection articulation, but you can make decent possibilities with this figure. And now for the vintage collection version, the retro collection version. The head does fully rotate. Arms goes forward and back, and legs in and forward and back. And that's about it. Just 5 points of articulation like the old Star Wars figures from Kenner. Yeah, there's not the posabilities with this figure, so I'm probably going to give points to the vintage collection version. Come on, stand up. There we go. And for accessories, the Vintage Collection version came with a small blaster, which you can actually put on his hand here, like so. Just like that. There we go. Or you can actually put on his holster, just like so. And finally, he does come with, there we go, don't fall. He does come with this dark saber, which is really not too bad. You can see like the little painted white stripes on the saber. So it does fit on each hands there, like so. Yeah, I might display him with the dark saber. And now for the accessories of the retro version comes with. Unlike the Vintage Collection, it does came with the blaster, but in more of a style to the old school Kenner blaster, which you can actually put on his hand that opens fit for his blaster. Well, I'm not sure this fit on the left hand, because I just feel like you can actually put it on the dark saber. You can put on the right hand like so. And finally, the Retro Collection came with this dark saber, which is just plain gray, not much detail painted on, which you can actually fit on the his left hand like so. Yeah, I'll probably display both of them with with their dark saber. Well, for the Vintage Collection, since it does have the holster for his blaster, and the Retro Collection does not, so I might actually display the Retro Collection with him holding both blaster and the dark saber. Oh. And for the Vintage Collection, I think I might display him with both hands holding the dark saber. They're ready to fight with Mando. So, for the figures, which one is the best? Personally, for me, I think I'm gonna go with I'm gonna say it's a bit tied, to be honest. Well, both figures look great. Well, the Vintage Collection version could have been a lot better, but I'm not gonna get too negative on the Retro Collection because, well, it's supposed to pay homage to the original Kenner Star Wars toys. Yeah, the articulation on the Retro Collection version similar to the old school Star Wars figures, but the Vintage Collection has a very well posabilities on the articulation. Their accessories are not too bad. And their capes, well, the Vintage Collection is removable from the peg hole, while the Retro Collection, well, it's a final cape, so you can actually take it off like a trench coat. But at the end of the day, I say both of these figures will look great for your Star Wars shelf and your collection. I highly recommend getting these two for your display, like if you're an in-box collector or out-of-box collector, or whatever you like to do. These figures, display whatever you like to do. For my rate, I'm going to give the Star Wars The Vintage Collection Moff Gideon figure an 8.5 out of 10. And the Retro Collection, I'll give him an 8.9 out of 10. So that's about it. Make sure to tune in for new videos daily. Don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share this video, and comment on this video. Don't forget to turn on the bell icons to be notified new videos after you subscribe so you won't miss any new uploads and be part of the notification squad. Finally, follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Both links will be in the description down below. That's all I can say, or I have spoken. These are the Star Wars, the Retro, and the Vintage Collection Moff Gideon figures made by Hasbro. And this is J.A.R. 369. Thank you very much for watching. And I'll see you on my next review. And remember, long live the Empire.